This is one of the coolest things to happen to the van. We're getting close to finishing out the back, and I promise that after this video is a full van tour coming. There's been little things that I've wanted to get done in the van before I do the van tour, mainly just my preference. I know you guys don't care, but I want to get some of this stuff done, make it look good, make it fit the vision that I have for it. And so by doing all these little things, it's closer and closer to getting it to where it should be and where I want to share it and bring you guys along for that. So today I have a super cool opportunity, and I've teamed up with the guys over at KingPin. They hooked me up with 3 4-foot bars, and then they hooked me up with 4 of their 12-inch bars. These are LED lights that rotate. You can rotate them, so when I mount them, be able to rotate them. So I have 2 40s and 2 of the 12s. So what we're doing is we're gonna do a 40 across here, a 40 across here on either side, so that that can be angled down into this big kind of bay area. And then underneath here, last night I was kind of checking it out, but we're gonna do a 12-inch here, 12-inch up here, and a 12-inch on the other side, same thing. And those are all going to be connected on, so that when you turn the light on, it beams in here. It really lights things up, makes it bright. And then I have another 40-inch, which is either going to go along the bottom here so that it can be faced into here, into the cab area or down into the garage area. And then if you want to rotate it, you'll rotate it out and it'll face out. But with the, if you can see, this kind of comes down, and then as well as these. So the mounting, I need to see what the mounting looks like on those, because if it has to mount to here, that's not going to work when this is in the way. So the other option is to mount it up here and try to do something with it along here. This part is pretty stiff here, so it'd have to be like along the top. And I use this area, so I don't want to mount something there that's not going to, obviously have benefit, but it would be nice to have it kind of point down and out. The other thing is that if it's here and it's shining in your face all the time, so it might have to even be on a separate switch, like so that you could face it out or whatever. But to start, it's going to be the side ones on either side, and then we're going to go from there and get these bad boys hooked up. That went much harder than I thought. After basically pulling the whole wall out except like 2 screws, we got the wire fed through, up and out, and I figured, well, this is probably the best time to mount this in its correct spot, and then pull the cabling through so that it's just a clean KingPin light hanging out, and no wires going in or out. So we will we'll get this mounted up and then kind of tuck the wires away, and then get this wall put back on so that we can then put our big piece up with our other 40-inch light bar. So let's get to that part. Well, it's been like 2 hours, and it's been a slow roll. This stuff is super tedious. Obviously, we pulled it all out, right? And so now that one's in prime, and like the wire's all tucked away, you can't see it. I love that. Like, that's exactly the look that we're going for, is super clean. You can't even tell where the cord's going in and out. And then on the big one here, we've got it all mounted up. Again, cleanly tucked away. And so now what I'm doing is this long wire here that you can see, this long wire is snaked all the way through over to here, which is going to connect to our light up here as well as our light down there. But to prep for this one, we have our main power, which is coming down to our switch, and then this guy that you can see kind of dangling back here, this guy connects this light and the light underneath together. this light, and then obviously this is my main power, and then here. So we're gonna connect all three of these together and tuck that away so that that is back there. And then we'll put this up and finish this side off. And by finish it off, I mean, I had to pull a lot of the stuff off, like my mount there, and then I had some screws, so I'll put that all back up. This will go back up, and then my clothes rack that comes out, that will go back up as well. So goal right now is just to get these all tied up. And as I was watching this, or watching myself film this, I'm like, oh, I need to make sure that I tuck this back through so that it's not dangling out right up here. We'll tuck it in back there so that it's all looking good. So making headway, but boy, is it taking a while. Like anybody doing this, I got excited. I got these all, now this is installed. So super clean. You take a step back, I mean, you can barely even notice it. It's exactly what I was looking for. And then you turn it on. Boom, look at that. That is freaking slick. So we've immediately got 2 sets of lights on one side, or a set of lights on one side. So I'm just gonna finish this side, which is put my can holder back down low, and then my hanger drying rack up top, and then we're done on this side. And then it's move over to this side, and that's the goal today. Let's get that other side ripped out and get this place lit up in here so we can actually see something, right? So one of the things that took a long time on this side was getting the wires for this one up through, behind, and over. Of course, it was because I was just trying to go halfway, not pull everything off, and just like try to sneak it through, and it just ended up making my life harder. So what did I do this time? Pulled it all off. I even pulled the insulation out behind, and in a few short minutes, we've got the wire already ran through, which makes life super easy. Dang. Well, I may have jumped the gun. I realized that the last time, before I put the wall back, I actually put that light up and got it all wired in, and then put the wall back because I shoved the wires behind. So I may need to do that. Obviously, we've only taken screws out and pulled everything out, so I could take the screws back out, pull it out, and do it. So we're gonna cut it, get it wired in, and then see where we're at if we need to shove wires back. Lights are installed, floor is cleaned. This is sick. I mean, it's fully bright in here. This is exactly what we were looking for. These KingPin lights are perfect for this, like for the van, because then, like, you know, if you really need to, you know, turn them down, whatever, or you want to get more light out here, super prime, you know, get them adjusted just right instead of it being stuck on the wall. You know, if I want to put this one, it needs to be more down, or same thing, get it, you know, so it's a little bit more up. Maybe it's in the eyes, all that stuff. It's perfect for that. And now I've decided that the other 40-inch is gonna go across the back here so that I can, again, shine it in here when I'm riding, or when I'm loading and getting things ready, or need to work in here, or I'll be able to turn it out and use it exactly as it's designed for, highlight all of this area and really make that area bright all the way around in here. Super killer. So this is for reference. And then come in, just the switch, and you've got full lights in here. We're gonna wait and get another video a little bit later so you can see really how much that is. But even now, I mean, it's bright, it's perfect. It's not too white, gives it a little bit of a yellow tint. Overall, I love it. Now let's see what it looks like when it's pitch black out. so we're getting it done. We're getting this whole thing lined up. I'm doing a good job. Getting it ready for the final video, the unveil. We've got the side lights on underneath as well. Getting this last one so that it shines out down into here. And then we're painting the sides black so it all looks good when we do the final unveil. Woo! It's gonna be the coolest van on the block. At least on this block, right?
At least on this block.
Mounted in. Missing one little mount right here. I need to get one more little bolt so that we can have 3 like this side, have them all mounted in tough. The cool part is that these were here, just like this side, and that wire just fits right through there, so we ran it up through there to make it look clean. We're almost ready to unveil it. Let's see. So this is our exterior light. It's hard to tell if that's on. That can be faced out towards the back, obviously out here, or in to the center. But now we got 3 lights all the way around the top, which is huge. Let's see. Like, yeah. Let me tell you what, this is one of the coolest things to happen to the van. I can't explain how cool this is. These lights are insane. Like, the amount of light that they're putting in here and the fact that you can rotate them, you know, up or down like this. So we got more, and then I feel like, okay, we're working on bikes or something, we'll maybe have them more down, that kind of deal. Makes it just super easy. And then the coolest one is this one that we can have obviously faced out or rotated in and have it shining down in here, which is super cool. So we could just flip a switch and now we have that light on, and that thing's super bright. So having that in here pointed down like that is going to be super helpful for both at night, loading, unloading, and then, you know, when we're at the track, then we just rotate it out simply, and now it's shining out onto the road or onto whatever's behind us to really light that area up. And that just makes a huge difference in the van. Obviously you can tell, and then being under here with the light too is like this area is now lit up, which makes getting in and out of this cabinet a lot better. Not that I couldn't do that before, but it just makes it easier now that there's a light under here. There's 2 lights. This area is being filled with lights. Another really handy thing is that all the wires they're completely waterproof. So these wires are all super high duty. You know, we've got them all tucked away, and I know that they're not going to like fray or break, as well as like the casings are heavy duty. You know, these aren't just gonna fall apart on us. They're gonna last. You need something that's made for the dirt bike lifestyle, that's going to live up to the dirt bike lifestyle and handle the dirt bike lifestyle, and full faith in KingPin to do those things. So now that, oh, there we go. So now these lights are off. So that's just the dome light. But now that we've got the lights all in the back here, and thank you to my girlfriend, we've got the whole back lower half painted. Now it's time to put a couple of the things back in, tie downs, mats, easy up, stuff like that, that's always in here that we took out to paint. So we'll do that and make it look like the van again, and then start putting these lights to the test and really using them. If you're looking for LED lights for your van, camper, trailer, truck, you name it, head over to KingPinEquipped.com. Check out their selection and buy something you can trust.